Hey guys, CT's Gaming here, and today I am back with the RMS Bretanic interior tutorial, part 9, I think this is. Yeah, 9, because 8 was the boiler room 4. So, today's focus will be actually not just one of these boiler rooms, but all of the 3 remaining boiler rooms. So that's boiler rooms 3, 2, and 1. Because after creating, part 8, I realized that boiler rooms 3 and 2 are pretty much perfect carbon copies of boiler room 4. Like, if you take a look at this, this is boiler room 4. The only difference is that there's a slight curve here on the side of the hull, but that's not really that big of a deal as it's not, like, it doesn't really impact the interior much. So, if we take a look at boiler rooms 3 and 2, you'll realize that they're actually the exact same. They're fully the exact same. Yep, even boiler room 2 over here is the same, just flipped in another direction. So basically, um, pretty much just do the exact same thing, as boiler room 4. Uh, that's pretty much it. But the only thing I'll do for boiler rooms 3 and 2 is just mark out the boiler placements, since I don't want to do absolutely nothing. As you can see, I've already put the walls in, so yeah, you already know how to do that. So, come to this pressure plate, which I've also placed here because there's going to be pressure plates in these doors, as you can see. Um, count 1 forward, well, 2 forward. Yeah, forward from this perspective anyway. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, and place a row of 11 blackstone, and turn that into a 3 by 11 brick here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Sorry if I seem like I'm rushing, but you really know how to do all this stuff. So you should be seeing a card for part 8 right now. Should be right there in the top left or whatever. So just if you haven't seen part 8, then if you plan to build this ship, part 8 is very crucial to building the boiler rooms. So, anyways, once we have this, once we have that done, the boiler placements, I'm just gonna go ahead and, okay, I've got to still add this row of 11. So it's the exact same thing in boiler room 2. So I'm gonna break out this door. I'm gonna break out the bulkhead. This is the 2 wide bulkhead. That's like the main difference. But since it's on the far side from the funnel, it can be called like the same. Anyways, so we're just going to place yeah, we're just gonna place a door here. Let me figure out where exactly I want to place this. Okay, so I'm gonna place it from this angle and have 2 pressure plates like this. Well, yeah, fine, I'll do it like this. So there's only 1 pressure plate sticking out in the room, like this. So there's only 1 pressure plate, and the other one is on the inside of the wall. Anyways, so as you have this, what we did is exactly the same for boiler room 2, so I don't even need to explain it. I'm just gonna make the 3 by 11 brick. And when I say everything is the same, I mean everything. Like, don't even worry about it. It's literally exactly the same, to my knowledge anyway. And the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna fill in this bottom block of the funnel casing with polished blackstone. Come on. And it's not easy to reach over. Anyways, so now that that area is filled in, we can literally just copy. I'm pretty much just gonna copy boiler rooms 3 and 2 in here. Yep, see, this is how it was done on the prototype model. I got the door correct without even looking at it. So yeah, it literally just looks like this. Ignore this lever, shouldn't even be there really. Um, but yeah, the last thing I think I'll do is add this door in here, because this door will go into boiler room 1, which as you can see is slightly different. It's not the same, it's slightly smaller, much like on the RMS Titanic. Boiler room 1 is the smallest boiler room in the ship, since it only it's cut off by the engine room pretty much. Anyways, so I'm gonna make a cut while I copy boiler rooms 2 and 3 in. And be careful not to mess anything up, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Now, I would like to mention that the funnel casings here are not the exact same. For each boiler room, see that there's like 2 blocks of clearance on this pipework, there's 3 blocks of clearance on this pipework, and there's 1 block of clearance on this pipework. But I can assure you, the pipework is all the same, and it still fits into the funnel casing with the exact same piping. Since all the solid blocks you can see here, the solid blackstone blocks, they fit into the funnel casing just fine. But yeah. So now that you have that done, assuming you have that done anyway, don't worry about the different light fixtures. You can make them pretty much the same as before. That's just how the prototype build was created. In fact, I might add some light fixtures because it looks like you could use some more lights in there, especially in boiler room 3. So here, so yeah, I'm just adding some light fixtures in. I feel like I should be like saying something to pass the time, but you know, it's just kind of monotonous work sometimes. But you gotta get it done, so it comes out okay in the end. So, almost done with this. And then I'm gonna change it. So, well, hold on. Yeah, that's probably alright like that. The only difference is that boiler room 2's light fixture in the center is slightly longer. It goes from 5 blocks to 7, just because of the distance of the funnel casing. But yeah, that will do well for that. And now, we're going to start work on boiler room 1. So now you can see, I don't have any of it marked out yet. But what we can do is get the walls in. So I'll go ahead and do that. Same pattern as always. It's there. This is the smallest boiler room. I feel like this won't take that long. But yeah. Making walls is more captivating when there's a curve. Just at least for me, it gives me more attention span for it. Because curves on the walls makes it actually interesting to build. It's not just on like the same plane or anything. At least that's how my brain functions. And now that we have the walls in, I'm gonna go ahead and get the boiler placements in. So I'll be back in a second with those. Additionally, I would like to mention that if we look at boiler room 4, which is over here, make sure to feed the steam pipe through just all the way through these bulkheads, and it should be poking out through this wall through the bulkhead between boiler room 2 and boiler room 1. So it's just gonna stay like the same throughout, and this piping here for the steam pipe is going to stay the same pretty much, I think. Yep. Well, hold on. Yeah. It's gonna stay the same for each boiler room. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And now I'll be back with the proper layout. Alright, I'm back. So I've now laid out the main contents of boiler room 1. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. The right half is the completed version, so we're going to be working on the left half, or from looking forward, the starboard side. So the first thing we're going to get down is the boiler placement. Come to this pressure plate here, and count 1, 2 forward, and count 6 to the left, and place 1, and then place 1 to the left and right of that, and make a 6 long, it's a 6 by 3 rectangle. So, the main thing about boiler room 1 is just the fact that it's a smaller boiler room, meaning that the boiler rooms are smaller. But other than this, the actual, like, layout of the boilers are pretty much identical, I think. So you want to place the polished blackstone stairs on the sides, upside down, and then polished blackstone stairs, upside down, blackstone, blackstone, and then stairs, full block, stairs, and 3 like this, so it's wrapping around. 3 stair, block, stair, down 3 with blocks, down a stair, block, and stair here. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't just originally fill most of the boiler room. Well, it's because I noticed it was kind of annoying to replace every single block when the entire boiler was laid out. So all I really need to show you guys what to do is just the essential parts. Honestly, I don't think I even really need this, but that's just kind of what I included. So, yeah, you want to bring these rings, these 2 rings, you want to connect them like this, like you've done on all the other boiler rooms. Like this. And I'll start on the other side now. It's going to be slightly faster than, you know, the other boiler rooms just because it's smaller. And fill the top in. So this is what you should have by now. As you can see here, these boilers are double-sided. Don't worry about this. This is the old design. We don't use magma in the boilers anymore. But the actual damper design is the same as the other boiler rooms. You want slabs here, here, and here on either side. So here, here, and here. But we're not going to fill the boiler in yet. Instead, what we're going to do, we're just gonna, well, I mean, like, fill the front and back in now that you have the slabs, and that's done for now. We're gonna add this little divider that comes a block above the top 2 dampers. So there should be like a slab of clearance in the damper there. Anyways, so once you have this divider in, if we go to boiler room 4, which has the new design, we get our end rods and the lightning rods out. I think it starts from this direction. Yep. So facing forward, in boiler room 1, we can go ahead and put the wall in here, and then we can start putting the lightning rods and end rods in. So it's the same as the 3 previous boiler rooms, except it's going to go slightly faster since there's less ground to cover. Like this. So once you have that done, make sure the back is patched up. Yeah, the back is sealed. And then we're going to get our netherrack out. And a flint and steel. So, just go ahead and line the sides with netherrack on the dampers. And light the netherrack. And then, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fill in the rest of the boiler. Well, did I do this in boiler room 1, in boiler room 4? That's my question. No, I didn't. Since I didn't fill it in boiler room 4, I'm not gonna do it myself. But like I said with boiler room 4, you're welcome to do it if you want to fill it in. Anyways, gotta break that out, and that is the boiler itself completed. So yeah, so it's the same thing in the opposite side. In this case, I think one of the last things we're gonna do is pipe work, because what we can do now, before I have to make a cut to get the pipe work in, is we can add the details in the center. That includes the carpet and the heavy core and tough brick walls. Well, technically, no, they are walls, but also I think they're polished tough. Let me check. Yeah, it's polished tough wall. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the side walls in, like here. So facing the pressure plate you already have in this door to boiler room 2, you're gonna go 2 to the right and place 1, and then you want a 1 block gap for every wall placement. That was not a 2 block gap somewhere. Where was that? Hold on, let me check something. Oh, here, yeah, here. Anyways. So we have that in. There's going to be a door you place here, I think. Yeah, it's a central door. So this central wall, just make sure to only put the diorite wall to this low, so there's a 2 block clearance, because the door will go through here. And we're going to get that door in now, actually. I'm getting everything prepared for part 10, which is the engine room. So you do this. Okay, what way does the door face? Alright. So come to the engine room side and place the door like this. And just add 2 pressure plates, is what it looks like happened. I'm not really gonna change that. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much in the end. Anyways, I'm gonna build these walls up now. Of course, I broke the wall. Like this. Just gonna keep doing this for the remainder of boiler room 1. My question is, okay, so this wall did follow the curve of the boiler room. So that's my mistake there. And now we have that in. Go ahead and build the rest of these walls up. There's not that many, so it won't take very long. In fact, we're already on the final wall. And just a couple left. As far as I'm aware. Okay, that's kind of odd. Apparently, right here, the top wall where it would connect to the piping. So if you see the middle block here, 2 pillars away, this is going to be replaced with cobbled deep slate wall. Don't ask me why. I don't know why that is like that, but, oh well, I guess. Anyways, that's just kind of how the piping is gonna work, I suppose. Also, this pillar, the pillar, 1 pillar away from the center, just go ahead and shave 1 block off of it, so it's not touching the black stone we already put in the funnel casing. Just make sure that's like that. And then, if we look on the prototype, okay, that shouldn't be like that. This is supposed to be a steam pipe, so it's got to be continuous like this. Go ahead and also make this cobbled deep slate wall at the very top here, so right here, and then polished blackstone wall to feed the steam pipe through, and then the rest of it is just the normal pillar, like this. I said pillar, so a wall, anyways. So once we have that in, I think I've done enough stalling. It's time to do the pipe work. So I'll get the pipe work laid out, but I'm gonna have to make a cut for that. That will be the last cut for this video, but anyways, I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. So, now I have laid out the pipe work for boiler room 1. It looks like this. It's not as bad as, the other boiler rooms, but it's definitely still something. But, the first thing we're gonna do is feed the steam pipe through. So, you already have your blackstone wall set here. Just go ahead and, place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 either side to the right or left, like this. And then go ahead and place 3 back, feeding it through the wall to the engine room, like this. So now we can begin work on the pipe work. So coming to the forward area here, if we start on the top 3 blocks of the boiler, going from out to in is how I'm going to do it. So, blackstone slab, blackstone stair placed this direction, and then a stair placed in this direction. So it makes this stair curve, like that. And then 1 forward is all 3 blackstone slabs, and then 1 down is 3 blackstone, and 1 down from that is 3 upside down polished blackstone stairs. Now we come back to the first row we placed and go 1 this way, so 1 back technically. But from here it looks like 1 forward, so I'm just going to say 1 forward. You want to place blackstone slab, polished blackstone, and additionally going in, you want to place 2 slabs like this. And then you want to place, as you can see here, there's a slab block of space on the top here. You can see where the 3 slabs are. It begins when this block connects here, the full block. Anyways, so we want to place slab, 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 like this. So we're going to go to the other side now and do pretty much the same thing. On the top 3 on this end of the boiler, there's a wall here on 1 block, but we're going to go out to in, so polished blackstone, slab, slab, and then the wall is in that place. And then going back, you want slab, slab, and the wall is there, technically the steam pipe. Then you go 1 down, you want 3 polished blackstone, and 1 down from there, you want 3 polished blackstone upside down stairs. And if we go back to the original row we placed, if you go 1 forward, you place blackstone slab, regular blackstone, and then stair and stair like this. And then you want to place 3 slabs in a way that it kind of bridges and connects like this. I will check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is not. I did not mean to put slabs. I did not mean to put full blocks here. On the 3 blocks where I put full blocks right here, replace those with slabs. My mistake. So it should look like this. It should be a 2 wide arch with no disruptions of any kind. So now that we have that, we can go out to where this slab was, this outmost slab. We can go 1 back, like facing this direction, and place a slab. And now we can begin work on the next block up, which is the last block up that we're going to need to work on. So, it's kind of hard to explain here, but on the edge of this, on the edge of these slabs here, at this corner, so next to the first piece of pipework that we worked on at that end, in this corner, so the slab in the corner here is right there. You're gonna want to place 1 above it and 1 to the right in this direction. And from this direction, you want to place 2 blackstone blocks here, and then place a blackstone block on top of this end slab. And looking this direction, you want to place 2 forward. And from this corner, right here, as you can see, you want to place 1 block. Sorry, this pipework is really just difficult to explain, so you kind of just have to deduce its location based on what I can show you. But anyways, and then you should see this now, or like here. If there's a 2x4 space besides this blackstone block in the corner, just place slabs like this. So this middle area should be open like this until, because I remember on the prototype it's not like exactly like that. We place 2 slabs. That's gonna go here and here. So this is what the top should look like. There should be 2 blocks here, and one of them should be covered by the wall. Anyways, so now that that pipework is over with, the next thing we work on is the ceiling. I know I said we'd work on the lodestones and carpet stuff. Well, they're not lodestones, they're heavy cores and stuff. We're actually not going to be doing that right now, unfortunately, because I think that classifies as finer details. So we're probably gonna do that last. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to, so you can see, the lighting doesn't really matter much. If you really want to do the lighting how I do it, you're gonna kind of have to see how I do it. Crap, I didn't mean to break that. So fix that. So yeah, if you want to do the lighting the same way I am, you're just gonna have to glance at it, because I'm not really explaining this too thoroughly at all, really. But what I am gonna do, I'm gonna place the polished diorite ceiling in before I put the lights in. Like this. If I could just, like, aim properly. So, okay, so it looks something like this. So you cover up a lot of the, well, at least some of the pipe work there. Not all of it, but some of it. So it looks like this. And like I said, I'm not really going to explain the lighting that thoroughly. But if you want to know what the lighting is, you can just look at it. That's odd. Hold on. Okay, so those walls didn't go up fully on this side, but they are supposed to. So like I said, the prototype has a few things about it that are not fully on point, but you know, mistakes happen sometimes. This is how I'm gonna be making the lighting in here. Except not on that. And I'm actually going to feed the wall up, because apparently it did not get fed up on this side. Anyways, once that's done, this is what it should look like at this point. And now we can begin the, like, final details, which is the carpet and the, heavy core and the polished tough wall. So, this is pretty much the same as the previous, as in Boiler Room 4, 3, and 2. So, like this, it just looks like this. So you want to count from this pressure plate, 1, 2, forward in this direction. I'm going to place 6, and basically make a 3x6 rectangle of carpet. And then you want to place 3 heavy cores and polished off walls like this. So goes polished off wall, put a heavy core on top of it, like this. And this is what it should look like. And I'm going to check if that's everything in the spoiler room, because it very well might be. Checking around. And I do think that is a boiler room 1 complete. And with that, the boiler rooms are finished after 2 parts. Yeah, you guys actually got pretty lucky, since boiler rooms 3 and 2 were pretty much identical to boiler room 4. We didn't even have to touch them. Just they're literally the exact same thing. Credit to Iron for building these boiler rooms. It was a very good job. Yeah, I thought it was E-Money originally, but it turned out to be Iron. Sorry about the confusion. Anyways, that is all I have prepared for today. The next part, which will be part 10, will be the engine room, and this part will be recorded by somebody else actually, but it will be posted on this channel, don't worry. But yeah, so that could come out as early as this weekend, which at the time I'm recording this, the weekend is a couple days away. Or it could come out sometime next week. But anyways, that is all I have for today. Make sure to like and subscribe and to comment down below if you're enjoying the tutorial or have any difficulties or issues. I know part 9 was kind of a rush part where like 2 boiler rooms weren't even touched or mentioned really. So there could potentially be issues that arise, and I'll try my best to help out if there are any issues that do end up appearing. But the last thing I'm gonna do actually is feed the remainder of these walls up in Boiler Room 2, I think this is, because they didn't get fed up. Anyways, yeah, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, in part 11, because I won't be seeing you guys in part 10, somebody else will. Anyways, goodbye.